Well, here we are again, another night in downtown Florida, down in downtown Navarre, Florida. Um, I don't know why, but I think that Minnesota and Wisconsin is going to be without population very soon because they're all here. Oh, okay. That being said, tonight we're going to talk about. Well, I was just thinking. I was in photography and advertising most of my life, and it kind of amazing when you come up with a product um, and you don't have a name for it. So you call a skull session, and all the bigwigs come in to sit around and go, okay, what does it do? And that was my job, so I just said, well, this is what it does. There's no leaks. These are some pennies for people that sneeze and piss at the same time. Uh, so we we we're coming up for a product for these folks. We have the product. Now we have to name it. Go around the whole table. I'm going, guys, what do you think we should call it? And Louis over, he was about half bright. Louis said, depends. I said, depends on what? And he goes, well, what's the primary use of it? Is it for those that sneeze and piss or those that fart and shit? And I'm going, Louis, we have developed a adult panty that neither leaks nor drips, and it's actually odor resistant, etc., etc. So you guys think about this for a few minutes, and I'll be right back. So I come back, and I'm going, does anybody have any ideas what we're going to call this product? Nobody said a friggin' word, except Louis. And Louis said, depends. Depends on... And I'm going, all right, we're going to go with depends, Louis. So that's why we have depends. It's amazing how people get products get named like that. Um, if you could carry it one step further, my brother from another mother uh, actually worked for the people that build Cheerios. Sorry, uh, and Cheerios being the number one seller in the world as far as cereal goes. It beats Corn Flakes, beats all those because you can't just pour a bunch of cornflakes out in the front of the goddamn kid and let him eat the cornflakes. You can put some Cheerios out there though. So I was just wondering. I was just wondering if Cheerios was square, would they still sold the same amount? Well, first of all, you couldn't have named them Cheerios because you could call them Cheery Squares.
Dude.
And that might have messed up the whole gig. product just, they fascinate me all the time. And people that know me know that I like words. It there's there may be some kids listening, so I can't say that, but um, um, back in back in high school, we used to have these skull sessions, and I walked into Mrs. Lynch's class one day, and she said, "Wayne, today we want everyone in the class to come up with a pen name, a fictitious name, and a fictitious book. Um, and we'll start with you." Mrs. Lynch was my favorite teacher of all times, by the way. There's another whole story there, but there may be some kids watching, so we can't say that. Um, she said, if you was going to be a pen author, what would you call yourself? And I'm going, Seymour Butts. And she said, why? And I said, because my book is called Under the Grandstand. And Miss Lynch liked that real well. There's a whole bunch of things that do with words.
Holy shit. I was swallowing.
There's a whole bunch of things that deal just with words. It means nothing.
Bullshit.
And I like to read police reports, and it says things like, almost missed him. But if you look at the other side of that statement, you just barely hit him. I'm sorry. So now here's one for you. Since George 41 just fell over, and may he rest in peace. Now, just imagine if you were in a foreign country and you heard that Dan Quayle had shot someone, and it would sound something like this. Don Quayle shot in the bush, but he didn't hit what he was shooting at in the bush, so the bush just... The key word there is quail.
Jesus.
Really kind of different.
Oh, God.
If you was trying to translate that into Russian, it would sound something like, you know.
God
And President Bush had just fell over. They did a lot of film on him. You know, like, take that wall down. Okay? And that was a legitimate call. Gorbachev dropped the wall. But they never showed the real true film. They always edited it out. Imagine uh, Igor sitting here with his buddy Gazango and going, we're going to tear this goddamn wall down. And Igor says, I'll hold the chisel, you use the hammer. And since it was such a peaceful transition, they didn't want any ugly talking on this piece of film. But can you imagine Igor getting hit with a damn sledgehammer while trying to hold the chisel? It ain't right, but we edited that out. Totally fascinating to me. It there's some old country and western sayings that just fascinate the crap out of me. One of them is called How far y'all going? Not very far. How far are you going? Not very far. What the hell does that mean? Now try to translate that into Hebrew or whatever.
Sorry.
It, like I said, folks, it's, as you probably gathered, I'm sitting here sideways again. My damn neck is absolutely killing me. But I've got some liquid painkiller in lieu of taking the shit that I'll have to go see somebody out after.
Sorry.
When my doctor says because of the feds they can't sell you any more of those, so okay. But it's such a traumatic gig when the country folks got a whole bunch of words. And hey, I'm country from the top of my feet to the bottom of my soul. Except I have a little trouble with some words. What the hell does yonder mean? Over yonder? How far is yonder? Just a piece? Okay. Reminds me of a story I saw in Louisiana back when I was on the road as a photographer. I pulled into Bogalusa, Louisiana, picked up the newspaper, and was reading it. And I take a lot of pride and pleasure in thinking I know every part of a human body, especially a female body. Sorry. And the headline said, Jimmy Swartz shot his wife and the bullet's in her yet. Now wait a minute, folks. If there's somebody out there that knows where the damn yet is at on a female body, please pass it on to me. I have a lot of trouble trying to figure out where the yet is. But other than that, it was a hell of a story. Yes, there's a whole bunch of those stories out there. I was in a damn motel in Bogalusa, Louisiana that had I should have known better, but it had a police substation in the front of the hotel, and the motel, had a strip club in the back of the motel, and my room was halfway between the two. Now, boys and girls, don't go back there and get loaded and go out the wrong goddamn door. The man's gonna put your ass onto the jailhouse.
Recipe for disaster.
But anyway, this thing has already ran 15 minutes long. So I was real concerned about that
Depends.
Depends. I was real concerned about that.
And yeah,
One of the most embarrassing moments that I had was I used to own the taxi cabs out here in downtown Navarre. That's what those people from Minnesota and shit don't know how to pronounce it. And one of my customers called me up and said, "Wayne, can you please go get me some damn Pampers at Walmart?" So I walk in, I'm going, "Excuse me, partner." Because I'm not that familiar with where everything's at. And I'm saying, I'm looking for Pampers. And he goes, the kids is over here on aisle 1, and the adult men is on aisle 3, and the adult... Wait a minute, dude, I'm buying these for a baby. And he goes, "You asked for Pampers." That was before we had our own personal brands. And the ones I like most of all, this just fascinates the crap out of me. This just totally fascinates me. I watch a commercial on TV that's cost millions of dollars to run. And a lady that's wearing one of these items that is designed for people, if they sneeze, they piss.
Depends.
And she said, finally they came out with a one that really looks good. What? What? Now watch this. Being a man that's been around this world a many times, they look good. All right. So a couple of sips of wine, little Harry Belafonte in the background. Dim the lights down and 3-way light bulbs. Hell yeah. And then you reach under yonder and you get the what? The designer. Depends. Man, that ain't right. I mean, let's just keep them plain and simple, all right? In fact, you should put like a long label on where they could hang out, where you would be instantly know that there goes the lady with the pens. I ain't saying nothing.
You put some serious thought into this.
I'll put some serious thought into this. All right, look here. It's like this is almost 20 minutes, and I only get paid for 20 minutes, so I ain't doing nothing for nothing. So we're gonna say KIH 761. I love everybody out there, y'all. We're gonna